Hey guys, what's up? Today I will be doing an album review on the Gaslight Anthem's newest album that is coming out August 12th, and it is called Get Hurt. If you don't know the Gaslight Anthem, they are a rock band. They've been around for kind of a while now. I haven't listened to them in so long, and I was like, oh, that band's still around? Because I mean, I got into them a little bit with their song, The 59 Sound. I think I need a hat before I talk about this. I think that's just gonna do. My hair is just doing its own thing today. Get-go, I noticed that this album definitely had a lot of different rock influences in it all around. There are some really upbeat, fun rock jams on here that kind of take you back to maybe 70s, even 80s rock, and almost 90s grunge feel. Some really fun rock jams that I enjoyed on this album was Stay Vicious, which is the opener for this album, Helter and Rollin and Tumblin. The first track, Stay Vicious, is a great opener, I think, for this album. It has a really nice guitar riff, and the drums and bass are locked in together and everything's in sync. The edgy vocals kind of give off this Kurt Cobain vibe to me, and overall the song kind of reminds me of a 90s almost grunge song, but with a rock influence in it. It has this short little shredding guitar solo towards the end, but overall I think it's a really catchy, smooth song, and it gets you right into the album. And the other track I talked about, Helter, is a fun jam. It gets in the groove, and it has very intricate guitar in it, and it has a really nice dynamic. It's a nice showcase of what the band is capable of musically and the lead singer vocally. The other song I mentioned, Rollin and Tumblin, kicks in. It's very edgy. It's a nice rock and roll jam that becomes one of the major highlights on this album. It has a very strong chorus, and the lead singer's vocals have a nice flow with the melody. I also see a bit more of a personal, intimate side of things with a couple different songs, being the song and self-titled track Get Hurt. It's a very personal song. I like the vibe that it gives off. It's very simple musically, but I enjoy the meaning of how it's basically saying it's okay to get hurt because you can overcome that and learn new things, and this was meant to happen for a reason. So I like the whole concept of it. It's been sang about before, but I feel like Gaslight Anthem does it in a way that's a bit more personal. The other track that I thought was a bit more intimate as well was Break Your Heart. It slows things down a bit. It's an intimate acoustic track. It almost reminds me of I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. It's similar with the way the lead singer is singing it and the melody. I thought the closer to this album was very intimate as well. It's called Dark Places. I think it's a great closer for the album. It has a very strong chorus, and it's powerful throughout the way the vocalist is singing. I really enjoyed the crashing of the drums and how, in my opinion, the drums were the main focal point of this song, and they just give so much dynamic and emotion to the song. But there were some songs on this album that I didn't really like. They kind of were, I think, a little bit of the downfall of this album, but not a major downfall. I just have a few cons here. Underneath the Ground, I enjoyed the verses and how the lead singer was singing them. The part I didn't really like was when you get to the chorus, it's very poppy and it doesn't fit well with the rest of the song because the verses are very low. They're kind of almost sad, and then you just get to this random pop chorus and it's what the fuck, why did this just happen? I enjoy the song musically, however, but the way the melody changes in this song becomes meandering, and it sounds like more of a B-side on this album than anything else. Selected Poems. Opening to this song was very dull and super boring, and it felt like it took forever for it to get to the point of the actual song. There was nothing in this song that really grabbed my attention or kind of hooked me in at all. And then the other song I didn't really like was Ain't That a Shame. It's a blues-tinged rocker that was very interesting musically, but lacked hooks and charm to sustain any real liking to the song. Overall, though, I thought this is a pretty decent album. Some songs, like I said, didn't do justice to me. but there were definitely more pros than cons, I'd have to say, on the album. Another pet peeve I had about this album was the flow. It felt very choppy. Like, there was parts in the beginning that flowed really nice. I felt like the first couple of tracks in the beginning flowed really nice together, and then the last couple of tracks at the end flowed really nice together, but it just felt so choppy, and I feel like an album should just feel like one complete thing throughout that transitions nicely into another. So I did have an issue with the order of the songs. It kind of just felt like at times they just threw songs here and there. I thought the production on this album was incredible. It sounded somewhat organic and raw, but at the same time it was still modern. And I did enjoy how you could hear a variety of different influences on this album. Like I said, sometimes the lead singer sounded like Kurt Cobain. Sometimes they took like melodic feels and vibes from Tom Petty a few times, and almost Eddie Vedder. I enjoyed this old school rock vibe and almost grunge this album gave. Part I really did enjoy it, and I feel like if you're into the Gaslight Anthem and you're a diehard fan, you might not like this album as much, and you might not feel like it's a step up of anything, or it could be different from the previous work. But for me, not knowing the band very well, I thought this was pretty good for something that was a new release, because it kind of reminds you of that older music in a way. So my rating for this album is probably an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought of the album down below. If you check out my other two YouTube channels down below, I have my second channel, which is Sarah Films, where I do skits, short films, and then I have my vlog channel, which I haven't been as active on as I should, but hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things probably by next week. Check out my social media if you want to be a creeper like that. I have Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. You guys can follow me on those. I always update Twitter. I'm always on Tumblr if you guys want to ask questions. And Instagram is just a cool way if you want to see my face, see things that I think are cool. I post like a lot of concert pictures on there too when I go to shows. And I just recently went to see MGK a few days ago, and he did amazing. If you like MGK, like rap music at all, definitely go see him, because he really cares about his fans and he gives off such a good energy that it's not like this dude just standing there rapping. Like, he's so interactive with the crowd, and that's probably why I enjoyed him so much. So lace up. Tune for more videos, guys, and stay brutal. See you guys later.